Hey y'all. Hey. It's been a minute since I've gone live. Yes, I'm actually live. Yeah, I'm just going with my spirit, my intuition. I was just sitting here, on my deck, taking in the energies of this new moon energy that is coming in. So, you know, it just got me to thinking that maybe I should just go live. So, yeah, here I am. Um, how are you guys doing? Like, this is a actual check-in, like a live check-in, right? Because, you know, there have been a lot of just shifts in the energies as far as astrologically speaking, right? Um, it's just been a lot of shifts, and a lot of us, the collective, is really feeling it, right? Feeling it very, very, very intensely. So, yeah. I just wanted to really come in and really add some encouragement to, those of us. I know there are a lot of people um, that are really facing a deep transformations, right? On different levels in their lives. Like, a lot of us are having to really face a lot of things that we have kind of ignored, right? So, with the current energies that are happening, with the planets stationed where they are, yeah, at this time, it's, the universe is holding up a mirror in saying, no more running, no more hiding. Okay, it's time to do do what is necessary to heal these things, so that so that you can overcome them and level up to your true self, who you are really meant to be in this time. Or I'm gonna do it for you, you know? And pretty much the universe is saying, you don't want me to do it for you, because it's gonna happen the way it happens. So, yeah, it's been a lot. So I get it. And as a Scorpio moon, right, natally, right, I was born with Scorpio being one of my big three. Scorpio is my moon sign, my natural moon sign. So this is kind of where I've lived, right? Just always being in the depth, right? Always being deep, going to the depths, okay? As far as my emotions or with anything, right? I'm going way down deep in the trenches, right? Because that's where Scorpio is. Scorpio takes you to that depth of getting to the bottom, right? Going to the bottom, the root, the abyss, right? And you know, yeah, so I understand that a lot of people may not necessarily be used to that depth of reaching in to really pull those things up that no longer are serving you or are necessary for you on your next level. You know, a lot of it may have never been necessary, and it's things that we have developed as, you know, comfort mechanisms to, you know, to shield, survival mechanisms to shield, to get us through, right? And the universe source is letting us know that those things are no longer necessary. You did what you had to do, in that time. You did what you had to do. You did what you knew best. And now it's time to let go of those things and really follow what is true for you, what has always been true for you. So the shallow, there's no more shallow. It's about going deeply. That's what that Scorpio is. So this is something that I know, and where I've lived for some time. And for me, I know it's time for me to now, I would go deep, but it's like, yeah, I'm going deep, and it's like I'm staying there, right? So now it's time for me to release and bring those things up, or the things that I've buried deep, that I've hidden, from the world and from others around me, playing small. It's time to let that go and release it and become who I truly am, right? So I get it. And I know there's some people, a lot of people that are really having to face certain parts of themselves that they have not been able to. So it's yeah. So I'm just here to add some encouragement, okay? Allow, okay? Allow whatever needs to happen. Allow the guidance that you are receiving, because there's so much guidance. There's so many signs. There's so many, it only takes some tapping in, opening up, going within and just tapping in, opening up to what you are truly receiving, okay? And there may be some resistance, okay? Because it may be new, or it may be unfamiliar territory. However, this is your time to embrace, whatever it is that is your true heart's desire. So it's important to tap into the heart at this time and allow that whatever is happening in your heart to guide you to step into your true authenticity, your true self, your true being, whatever it is that needs to be released. It's no longer, the universe is no longer allowing those things to linger. It's a purging time. This is the time of transformation. Scorpio is about transformation and death and rebirth, ruled by Pluto. The traditional ruler of Scorpio is Mars, which is the planet of action, taking action, where you get your life force, your momentum, your drive, right? Mars is that drive, that energy, your energy, right? So your energy in motion, your emotion is that Mars. So it's also influencing this time while being in Sagittarius. So yeah, all those things, you know, the way the planets are working together. I'm seeing something here. Like I said, I don't go live often. I'm just kind of going with spirit right now and just sharing whatever's coming to me at this time. This is not planned, so I don't, you know, I'm just going with the flow. Hi to anyone who's here. But yeah, I'm just going. I'm just going with the flow. Yeah, so it's a time to really be true to yourself, seek help if needed at this time. There are lots of us who have been going through this transformation in our lives for some years now, and we have done the necessary groundwork, okay, because healing is continuous. So we've done the necessary groundwork, I would say the foundational work, to understand this journey, and we're here to help. We are here to assist. So seek help, because there's nothing wrong with that. We were all in a place where we, you know, this journey is not meant to be done alone. Yes, a lot of the healing work is done within, and there's a lot of inner work that you have to do by yourself. However, as far as the guidance and being, you know, having a community around you that is there to support you, you know, through your journey, yeah, that is very necessary. And I'm speaking from experience, so that's why I know. All right. And along my journey, I had to learn a very big lesson. All right, because I sought teachers that were very knowledgeable. I sought guides and mentors, most of the time very knowledgeable about spirituality and this work. I won't necessarily say healing, because that didn't come to me until the latter part in my journey, as far as finding spiritual teachers that talked about the importance of healing in your in your evolution, in your spiritual evolution. However, yeah, that's one thing I would say, as far as, when selecting someone to guide you on your journey, be sure that you are dealing with someone who has done their shadow work and their healing, okay? And that's something that I was not aware of, okay? Because you can be very knowledgeable about the spiritual path. It's like having a manager, right? I've had experiences like this from having jobs. It's like having a manager who has never done the job themselves. They took a training on how to be a manager, but they never actually sat in the seat of doing the job that they're managing you to do. So they could come from a place of being knowledgeable, however, not experiencing doing that job just, takes away from them being able to assist, like truly assist you and be helpful. Okay, so yeah, it becomes more generic, where it's like, they're just teaching you a bunch of generic things without having the actual experience of having ever done that thing or having ever experienced that thing. So it's like, a generic answer doesn't work for everyone. So I've come to realize that it's important that, people have, whoever's teaching someone or like people on this path, it's important that they have done healing. They have healed, okay, in whatever way from things that they may have experienced or trauma they may have experienced in their lives in order for them to really be an effective guide on this path. And I'm not taking away from anyone else. This is just my truth that I've come to realize has been very helpful for me, okay, on my journey. Okay, so yeah. With saying that, yeah, I'm just saying that I understand that many people are really having to face a lot of things that they've never, had to do, or never had to do. So it's like, I get it. Okay, so it's okay to seek help and to seek someone who is on this path, still on this journey, still on their healing. However, they have done the foundational work to elevate to a place where they can assist you now on your journey. Okay, so yeah. Other than that, for me, it's been a couple of weeks that this buildup has been happening. So I've had the time to pull back, from social media, pull back, just, time to just understand what this time means for me. And I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes work and revamps and transformations and just purging a lot of things that are necessary for me in this time. So yeah, that takes, you being away, pull back and really allowing what it is that spirit is trying to guide you, whatever source, your higher self is guiding you towards. You're really having the time and the clarity to receive that. So yeah, that's important right now. I'm just listening to hear what else. Yeah, this is really different for me. I'm just following it, following my guidance and just saying, hey, just come through, why not? Put on my glasses, see what's going on out here with y'all. It's a very important time to really be on your healing journey, doing some shadow work if you haven't. And I feel like that's really what I came here to say. Like, there's no other time like now to really start if you haven't started, or dive deeper, or really make your healing journey a priority, or your healing a priority. Right? I'm looking because right before I started the live, this small moth came and it flew and it kind of went under my robe, and I was like, ooh, and then I realized what it was, and I just looked, and it's been sitting on that wall over here. So I keep looking up, but yeah, that's what's going on. I'll have to look up what that means, but I have great feelings about it. Either way, I'm just tapping in with you guys. Like I said, it feels great to be live. You know, I'm here for any guidance that you may need at this time as far as what this time means for you personally. I've done so much shadow work. Enough shadow work that I can be here sitting here talking to you guys live, not even knowing what I'm gonna say next, but just allowing it to flow and being comfortable just sitting here, even if nobody's on the live. Like, I'm just chilling. I'm in my robe. You know, I was outside just taking in, I am outside just taking in the full moon energy, new moon energies that are coming in, and I just felt like tapping in with you, and Spirit said to go live. You know, I have a whole video that I just have to record, but, I wrote some notes and about the Scorpio new moon, and I may still do it. I had it all set to do today, to record today. And here I am. So I'm just going with the flow. And that's what it is right now. Go with the flow. Even, there may be feelings of resistance, of confusion, being confused. However, tap in here, go in here, and really tap into what really is moving you at this time, what is really driving you at this time, what is calling you, what makes your heart throb, what makes you feel like it will be fulfilling. When you think about it, how does it sit in your heart? And go towards that thing, no matter what it looks like, no matter what other people may think. It's time to eradicate external validation. Yes, I said eradicate. Because, yeah, a lot of limiting beliefs may be coming up at this time. And those limiting beliefs are coming up so that you can face them and really dig deep and get to the truth. I'm sorry, I was seeing a light in my backyard. And that's red, like a flashlight. But yeah, pardon me. So, yeah. Eradicate limiting beliefs. Go within, get to the source of how those beliefs even began in the first place, and get to the root of understanding why you developed that belief. And now get to the truth, the actual truth, the knowing. All right? Say goodbye to imposter syndrome. Release any fear. There may be some anxiety. Because, yeah, most of us feel like something's happening, but we don't know what it is, but we know something's happening. So that may bring some anxiety. Turn that into excitement. When you know something exciting is coming, like something, there's something that makes you excited. Turn that anxiety into something exciting, so that you're expecting something great as opposed to something to be fearful about. So that's how you change your reality with your thoughts, your emotions, and change that anxiety into excitement. Whatever it is that you feel may be coming or happening, you just turn that into a thought of whatever is happening, whatever is coming is great. It's amazing. It's fulfilling. So that now becomes excitement. It becomes exciting. Yeah, man. So yeah, those limiting beliefs now become truths, core truths. Okay, you get to the truth of where that limiting belief started, and you turn that around, knowing that it was never true in the first place. You just had to get to the root of it to understand why you even believed that in the first place. And it could be from any amount of different things. It could be anything, programming from childhood, which starts once you come out the womb. So it's okay. It's just time to face those things, because the universe source is no longer allowing us to hold on to it if we're ready and willing to get to our next level up. Because we're shifting timelines. The planet is shifting timelines and it's important that we shift with it if we're willing to elevate. Okay? And it's through consciousness. It's through consciousness, and it's through, we raise our consciousness when we heal from the things that have held us back, through subconscious programming, through nervous system hacks, where we're living in fight or flight as opposed to living with joy and unconditional love, and you know what I'm saying, and just having fun, being happy, not comparing ourselves to one another, which is also a form of fear. So yeah, the universe is calling us to release those things and heal from whatever it is that we have allowed to keep us from our true soul ascension and living the lives of limitless beings, the limitless beings that we actually are. Yes. Yeah, I've been on here for a while. It's getting dark. And I appreciate those of you who've been here or who dropped in or stopped in. Like, this is new for me again. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've gone live like this. So yeah, thank you for bearing with me, but expect a whole lot more, because I've come out my shell for real. And this transformation, like I said, being a natural natal Scorpio moon, all right, in my 5th house, I understand what the transformation is for me and what I've been called to do. What I've been called to release, transform, and step into. I understand the rebirth that's happening for me. So, like I said, I'm here to help, because it's been a long journey. I've been on this journey for some time. So it's taken some time, and like I said in the beginning of my journey, I've always said if you guys have been following that, you know, sometimes or most times I wish I had someone reliable. Um, yeah, I say reliable because that's all it is. Someone reliable that I could count on to assist me, you know, in my journey when I was just first starting out, when I first came into the knowledge and the experience of starting to learn who I really am. So that's what I've really become now, you know, that person who needed, you know, that person who was needed when I just began my journey, or even throughout any part of my journey where I was being called for guidance in what to do next. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I love you guys. And I just want to say that we got this. We got this. You know, push through. All right? Don't fight it. I wouldn't say fight through or, you know, chase. Don't fight. Just push through. Allow. All right? Allow. Okay? And whenever it feels overwhelming, take a pause. Pause for the cause. All right? Pause for the cause. Take a pause. It's okay to pause and pull back. All right? To really get a full scope of, you know, I'll say a bird's eye view of everything that's happening with you and what you are being called to do, or where you're being called, where you're being led. And seek help if necessary. However, you know, you'll get through it. You'll get through it. So I'm here, guys. I am here. Your spiritual BFF. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I don't even know how to end it. Yeah. I'm trying to make a dramatic exit. And I don't know how to end the live. That is crazy. I love y'all, though. I do. No, for real, though. This is something else. This is, I see something that says pause live, but why would I want to pause it? I want to end it, you know? You know what I'm saying? Anybody want to let me know how I pause or end this live? Because this, okay, here we go. I got it, y'all. All right, here go my dramatic exit. Yeah, I know I'm corny, but I'm my corny, and I love my corny.